General, we're back with round two playoff preview. Start off in the Eastern Conference. We got the Boston Celtics versus the Washington Wizards. Two evenly matched teams. You got Beal and Wall on one side with Isaiah on the other side. But as any true ball fan knows, one or two men don't win a series. And for that reason, I'm leaning towards Boston, probably 6-7 games. More depth, a little bit more athleticism on the back end of the roster, 7, 8, 9, 10 men, a little bit deeper. Beal's going to do what he's going to do. Wall's going to do what he's going to do. Otto Porter's an X factor, but I think Boston's defense, actually I know Boston's defense is better. Better defense, more depth. That'll be the deciding factor. Boston moves on to the conference finals. Who do they play? The big, bad, mighty Cleveland Cavaliers or the Toronto Raptors? I'm rocking the 416 hat. You may think I'm a little bit biased, but I'm going to give it to you real. The Toronto Raptors team this year is better equipped for playoff basketball. You got Ibaka, Tucker at the deadline, DeMarre Carroll, Corey Joseph, all defensive-oriented players, Norm Powell. So what's going to happen? Since October 30th or 31st when the season started, it was pretty much who's going to be the number 2 team to face Cleveland. People said Boston, people said Washington. No one in the mainstream media said Toronto. So Toronto's here right now in the Eastern semis. As I said, you see where I'm from, so there may be some bias involved, but I'm going to give it to you from a basketball standpoint. Because of the defensive pieces we put together, I do think we have a legitimate chance of beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Will it happen? We'll see. We have to play our best. Cleveland is the better team on paper, but as they say, you don't play the game on paper. So I'm telling you right here, right now, Toronto Raptors in 7 games. Write it down, underline it, put it in bold, italics, highlight it. You heard. Move to the Western Conference. We got the big bad Golden State Warriors versus the Utah Jazz. First time Jazz has got to round 2 since, I believe, the Boozer D-Will games, Boozer D-Will teams, when they were down 3-1 to T-Mac and Yao Ming, and they came back and advanced, probably like 10 years ago. 4-1 Golden State, on to the next round. The other series we have in the West, San Antonio Spurs and the Houston Rockets. Tough series to pick. 2 contrasting styles. You got the Spurs, methodical, run the play, use your shot clock, ball movement. You have Houston, speed, speed, speed. No D'Antoni's a proponent of 7 seconds or less. Most made 3-pointers in the NBA this year. Along with Harden, who's going to be the runner-up in the MVP voting. You got marksman, Lou Williams, Ryan Anderson, Eric Gordon having a comeback year. Beverly at the point guard can hit the tray. You have Ariza who can shoot the tray, also a defensive specialist. D'Antoni versus Pop. It's tough. You can see I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I don't even know who's going to win, but I'm thinking about it right now. And I say it's 7 games for sure. If I had to bet, since I'm a betting man, I'm going to say the San Antonio Spurs. Next up, round 3, Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. General!